So we have talked about Giardia in puppies, and so if you have not seen that video, you need to check it out because Giardia and Coccidia are two main concerning parasites that affect puppies. Up to 30 to 50% of all puppies would have these parasites. So stick around as I'll be explaining everything that you'll need to know about this pathetic parasite and how to prevent them from affecting your puppies. Hey guys, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. And if you are already a subscriber, welcome back. I am Zion at X Designer Breeds. I am a dog breeder of Maltese, toy poodles, and Maltipoos. And here we strive to educate you, the viewer, on everything fur babies, from puppy to adulthood. More so puppy. So yes, I have dealt with Coccidia before as well as Giardia, which by the way, I do have a video on which I explain everything about Giardia, and it is called part 1 of this 2-part series. Coccidia can single-handedly cost your entire litter if you're not on it. So you will need to know everything that you can on how to protect the lives of your puppies. Coccidia are small protozoans which are microscopic, and they are single-celled organisms that live in the intestinal tract of dogs and usually affect puppies less than 6 months old. The disease caused by Coccidia is called coccidiosis. A puppy coming from a breeder having coccidiosis is not an indication of poor breeding practices or an unclean environment because it can be picked up almost anywhere. Coccidia is spread through ingestion of stool of infected dogs as well as other animals. It is important to note here as well that most forms of Coccidia are species specific and not all are infectious to humans. A puppy is not born with Coccidia organisms in his intestines. However, once born, the puppy is frequently exposed to his mother's feces, and if the mother is shedding her infestive cysts in her feces, then the young puppy will likely ingest them and Coccidia will develop within its intestines. So technically speaking, puppies can get Coccidia by picking up the protozoa when drinking or eating from an infected source or contaminated source. Any puppy or any infected puppy is contagious to other puppies, and before you know it, your entire litter can become infected. So what are the signs of coccidiosis? The primary sign of a puppy suffering from coccidiosis is diarrhea. The diarrhea may be mild to severe depending on the level of infection. Blood and mucus may be present, especially in advanced cases. Severely affected puppies may also vomit, lose their appetite, become dehydrated, and in some instances die from the disease. I have seen this before, especially with my litter. Here, it is also important to note that many adult dogs may be infected with Coccidia, but display no signs of the disease whatsoever. Now, let's discuss the diagnosis of Coccidia. You will need to bring a stool sample to your vet by which they will conduct a fecal exam or fecal flotation to inspect whether or not the oocyst is discovered under the microscope. Unfortunately, a failure to discover or observe oocysts in a fecal flotation does not mean that your puppy is clear. Oocysts, they're very small and they are very hard to observe. It should be mentioned here also that stress plays a very important role in the development of coccidiosis. It is not uncommon for a healthy puppy to arrive to his new home and develop diarrhea several days later, leading to a diagnosis of Coccidia. If the puppy has been at the new home less than 13 days, then he would have had Coccidia before he arrived. This is because, bear in mind that the incubation period is 13 days. So if the puppy at the new owner has developed diarrhea several weeks after they have been there, then the puppy developed Coccidia whilst being at the new home. Now let's talk about how to treat your puppy with the disease. There are 2 types of medications, meaning they fall into 2 groups. There are coccidiostats and coccidiocidals. Coccidiostats are those medications that inhibit the reproduction of the protozoa. For example, there's Albon, which consists of the main ingredient sulfadimethoxine. I gotta remember that. Sulfadimethoxine. And it is the only FDA approved drug which is used to treat coccidiosis. Coccidiocidals, on the other hand, those are medications that are used to kill coccidia, such as ponazuril or toltrazuril. And those are just 2 examples. They're actually off-label examples which are not approved by the FDA, but your vet may also prescribe them to you. There's also another product called Corid, which I found through my research that is highly recommended by other breeders. You can buy it in its powdered form to add it to the water of your puppies. The Corid is actually a coccidiosis which kills the protozoa. There is also the liquid form, which you can also purchase over the counter as well. For the powdered form, you will use 1 teaspoon per gallon of fresh water and 30 milliliters per gallon of fresh water if you're using the liquid form. For prevention, you will use this for 21 days in a row, and for treatment, only 5 days in a row. Now that you have treated your puppy with coccidia, how do you prevent the infection from resurfacing or even coming about in the first place? It is very important to practice strict sanitation. All fecal material should be removed. Housing needs to be such that food and water cannot become contaminated with feces. Clean water should be provided at all times. Most disinfectants, they actually do not work against coccidia, but diluted chlorine bleach has been proven to be somewhat effective. And what you'll do is you will dilute 1 gallon of water combined with 1 cup of the bleach, and that could be used to clean surfaces. This mixture can also be sprayed over soil, which can also kill the oocyst. Incineration of feces, steam cleaning, immersion in boiling water, or using 10% ammonia solution are the best methods to kill coccidia. Okay, we have come to the end. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so that you can be notified each and every time I upload. I'll post the references that I use in this video below so that you guys can check them out. If you have not yet seen my video on Giardia, you should check out this video right here.